Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to the Vintage Sewing Machine Garage YouTube channel. Today, I wanted to show you some of the final steps that you're going to work on when you get to a point where you think you've almost got your machine overhauled. You've been following along with videos on the channel like mine, and you think, okay, I've done all these things and I've managed to get all these areas on the machine fixed, and it's time to get ready to test it to see if it really in fact is going to sew a stitch. It should, but it might need some more adjustment. And of course, the way a machine forms its stitch tells you a lot about whether that machine is happy or whether it is asking you to do something else to it to help it. So today we're going to install a needle, and I have decided that I'm going to test this machine with some multiple layers of heavy fabric or medium heavy fabric. So I am installing a jeans needle. For those of you who are new, a jeans needle is not something you only use on blue jeans or in jeans of any kind. It simply refers to a type of needle that is heavier in weight. It's thicker. The sizes are the same as they are for other home sewing needles. And these jeans needles should work on any home sewing machine. So it's the fact that it's a jeans needle simply means you can use it on heavier weight fabrics. And while any needle can break, never let anyone tell you there's an unbreakable needle, these are somewhat more resistant to breaking because they're thicker and stronger. If you don't use jeans needles, you may not need them. Regular needles are not bad. They're not fragile. It's just that this can give you a little extra chance of not breaking a needle when you're really sewing heavy material. And I have a size 18 needle. Now, many vintage singers will go up to a size 22, I think originally. I think today the largest you can get is a size 21. I may have one of those, but I'm not going that big today. But I thought I would, we'll go ahead and do an 18. 18 is a pretty good size sewing needle. And we're going to install this needle the way it was meant to be installed, which is in a position where the thread is going to be going from the left side through the eye of the needle. I'm using my finger here, and it's going toward the right. You're going to thread the needle toward the right. Now, this is true for many Singer models, but not all, and I've covered the exceptions to that. A lot of your, the Singer Featherweight, and the Singer 301, for example, they thread in the opposite direction, but those are exceptions. Okay, so for the Singer 99, the Singer 66, its full-size version, and the Singer 185, and many other Singer machines, you're going to thread from the left toward the right. Okay, so when your thread is going through the eye of the needle, what should be facing your thread is the side of the needle that has, there it is, a groove. A needle, if you think of a needle like the letter D, there's a flat side at the top of the needle right here, okay, right there where my finger is, and the needle is thicker up at the top, right, and then it tapers down. It is shaped like the letter D. It's a little hard to see here, but that flat side, I'll give you guys a little bit of a zoom here, might help. All right, as I turn it in the light, you'll see, I think you're right there, okay? So right there, that's the flat side, and if I turn it, the rest of it, it looks just shiny because, and you'll see there's the flat side again, right? So we want the flat side facing to the right. Okay, so the flat side of your needle should face the same direction that you were going to be threading the needle at. Let's see, tip our little cam down so you can see a little bit more what I'm doing here. All right, so what we need to do is we need to get, I'm going to loosen the thumb screw here. I don't need to loosen it all the way or it'll all come apart. And the needle will want to turn in your fingers here, so make sure that you haven't lost that direction. Whoop, there's the needle, went right down there. Come back here, come back here. All right, wants to have a mind of its own. All right, so again, find your flat side. If this happens to you, don't worry, it happens to the best of us. I've threaded a lot of machines, and it still happens to me. All right, so we're going to come up into the needle clamp. That's what this little device is, okay? Make sure, and if the needle won't go up, it may not be going up in exactly the right direction. So we need to make sure that the needle clamp, you can see me turning the thumb screw, that it's loose enough. There we go. Now I have enough room. Okay, I'm going to come all the way up until the needle stops. Now it's hard to see with my fat fingers in the way, I know. Hold that needle up. Do not let it slip, because remember, if you let go of the needle before you tighten the clamp, you can see the clamp wanting to move too. What will happen is the needle will wiggle down and your timing will be off. Okay, so I'm holding the needle with my left hand. I'm right-handed. You can do the inverse if you're left-handed. And then I'm going to snug the thumb screw. Okay, don't use a pair of vice grips on it. Just snug it up. Now, it's very possible that the needle could have twirled on you. So to double check, come over here to the left and you should feel there's a groove there, and you'll feel it because it's not sharp, it's not dangerous, but you'll feel it scraping against your skin. On the rest of the back and the right side and the front are all going to be very slick and smooth, but you'll feel that. Then you know, okay, I'm all right. So what are we going to do? That is basically how you install a needle on a Singer 99K. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how to thread one. I think I may have shown it to you all before. How many hundreds of videos do we have on this channel now? So stay tuned for the next video, where I will show you again how we're going to get the machine threaded, the entire machine, and then hopefully we're going to do some test stitching on it. So again, as with almost every vintage sewing machine, these machines take what are called home sewing needles. They're sometimes referred to as 15x1 or by 1. Here, the Schmetz company called it 130/705HJ. But the size of the needle is actually right there. That last number there, 18, that's the size. So again, and you could also use universal home sewing needles, which are for wovens. You can use ballpoint needles, which are for knits. You can use leather tip needles. All of those needles fall in the home sewing machine needle universe. For my experienced sewers, you likely know this, but again, we sometimes get people new and excited about sewing, so I wanted to share that with you. And so stay tuned. Like I said, next video we're going to thread it up and we're going to make our way to actually, hopefully, getting some test stitching done. We'll see you next time, everyone.